Welcome to Part 2, Creative Strategy. In this section, I will teach you how to write ads that convert using the 7-figure ad creative formula. This formula leverages the same framework of persuasion we used to build landing pages in Module 1, the 4 conversion activators. An ad that converts achieves these 4 steps sequentially. It gets attention, it provides benefits, it gives facts, and it makes an irresistible offer. An ad that sells can achieve this in as little as 10 seconds. Do you remember the stages of traffic from Module 1? In creative strategy, we'll use something similar called the 5 stages of awareness. The difference is that the stages of traffic from Module 1 tell you how well acquainted your prospects are with your brand, while the stages of awareness tell you where they are mentally when it comes to the problem you're solving. Each stage of awareness will require a different creative approach in order to convert your target customer. Every single one of your prospects lives somewhere on this awareness spectrum. The more aware your prospects are of your brand and the problem you're solving, the easier it is to convert them. The less aware of the problem you're facing, your brand, product, or service, the harder it is to sell. Before beginning to think about drafting your ad creatives, you must understand the stages of awareness, because this will determine what you actually need to say in your ads for them to sell. Remember David Ogilvy's quote, "What you say is more important than how you say it." So now, let's break down each of the 5 stages of awareness. Stage 1. Completely unaware. These prospects are living with a problem and don't even realize it yet. Here are some examples. Parents who don't know their child's explosive behavior is caused by a hidden nutrient deficiency. People with chronic exhaustion assuming it's just stress and not dehydration. Dog owners who don't connect their pet's bad breath to serious underlying health issues. Stage 2. Problem aware. These people know something's wrong and they've named the issue, but they don't know how to solve it yet. Let's look at a few examples. People who know their back pain is posture related but don't know any ergonomic solutions. Couples who know that they communicate poorly but are not aware of specific communication frameworks. People who know they're bad with money but do not know of any budgeting systems. Stage 3. Solution aware. These people know that there are solutions but they don't know why your product is their best option. Let's see some examples. People who know magnesium helps with sleep but are taking the wrong form. People who've heard of ergonomic solutions for posture but haven't heard of your brand's standing desks. People who know they need email automation but are overwhelmed by the amount of options. Stage 4. Product and brand aware. These people know your product and your brand. Maybe they've browsed your site and maybe even added something to cart, but something's stopping them from buying. Here's what might be in their heads. Price concerns. Is it worth the investment? Trust issues. Will this actually work for me? Timing. Should I wait for a better deal? Stage 5. The most aware. These people know your product and probably tried it before. They're just waiting for the right moment to pull the trigger. Some examples of Stage 5 are loyal customers ready for their next purchase. Past buyers considering an upgrade or reorder. Now, let's illustrate a common problem through all of the stages of awareness. Problem. Nutrient deficiency is causing a child's erratic behavior. Our target customer would be parents. So, parents in Stage 1, that is, completely unaware, have no idea that their child's explosive behavior is caused by a nutrient deficiency. Parents in Stage 2, that is, problem aware, are aware that their child's problematic behavior might be caused by a nutrient deficiency, but they don't quite know how to fix it. In Stage 3, these parents have already found a solution, such as a kid's multivitamin, but it hasn't been very effective as synthetic vitamins are not absorbed properly, so the problem persists. This is the hardest stage of awareness to convert, and I will explain why in the next slide. Let's go on with Stage 4, parents who are brand and product aware. They know your brand of natural kids multivitamins and are convinced it is the best solution for their problems, but they're still hesitant to buy from you. Awareness Stage 4 is where things start to get easier. Finally, Stage 5, the most aware. These parents already tried your product and it worked. This is the easiest stage of awareness to reconvert. So why is stage 3 the hardest stage to convert? Let's take a look at the reasons. In this stage, most prospects have already tried a solution that didn't work. They might be convinced that nothing actually works for their problems. This is much harder than stages 1 or 2 where they haven't tried and failed yet. In stage 3, you have to overcome both their previous negative experiences and their skepticism. Here's the problem. Most products and services today land in stage 3 hell. Here's why. Saturated markets. There's already a supplement, an app, a course, an agency, or a service for just about everything. Solution fatigue. People have tried multiple solutions that didn't work. Crowded categories. 47 different project management tools, 200 different types of protein powders, endless marketing courses, and so on. But don't be afraid, because this is a huge opportunity. Knowing how to create ads that convert prospects at the lower stages of awareness, that is, from 1 to 3, is a rare skill that can make you millions. Now, let's dive into the next section, writing ads that convert, and let's focus on where the real money is, stages of awareness 1 through 3. So, before we start, the top 1% of Meta advertisers, the ones growing businesses from 0 to millions in monthly revenue, have mastered one skill that most other advertisers ignore: converting prospects in stages of awareness 1, 2, and 3. These are also known as top-of-funnel audiences or cold audiences. Here's the deal. Anyone can write an ad that says, "Here's 20 off your next purchase," or "Check out our brand new collection." This type of ad only works to convert middle or bottom-of-funnel prospects in stages 4 and 5. But not many people can come up with legendary ads such as "How to win friends and influence people," or "They laughed when I sat at the piano, but when I started to play." The latter takes one crucial skill: knowing how to command attention and ignite self-interest at the same time. Those who master this skill become very wealthy. When you learn to convert stages of awareness 1, 2, and 3, you literally have the ability to create brands from nothing. It's very unlikely that you'll find one of these masters working at a regular 9-to-5 ad agency, hence why most meta ad agencies suck. You'll often find these advertising masters building their own brands or working as handsomely paid 7-figure consultants. So why is the money in stages of awareness 1, 2, and 3? The first reason is brand building. Converting top-of-funnel audiences is how you create businesses from nothing, not just optimize existing ones. If you're starting your brand from scratch, learning how to convert prospects in stages 1 through 3 is non-negotiable. The second reason is massive audiences. Most customers in the market are in stages 1, 2, or 3. This is an ocean of opportunity for mass market products. On the other hand, prospects in stages 4 and 5 are tiny pools. Third reason, zero competition. When you know how to craft ads like the top 1% of meta advertisers, you virtually have little to no competition. Most agencies and consultants stick to easy stages 4 and 5 ads because they don't know any better. It's also an easy, low barrier to entry job that requires no skill. Conversion engineers like you and I focus on stages 1, 2, and 3 because this is where fortunes are made. So, my goal in the creative strategy section is very simple: to teach you how to convert prospects in stages 1, 2, and 3 using meta ads at scale. This is how you grow an online business from 0 to the monthly 6 and 7 figures. Now, I'll teach you how to convert prospects across the different stages of awareness. Here's one crucial part. Each stage of awareness requires a completely different approach. If you blast the same message at everybody, you will convert nobody. Let's start with stage 1, completely unaware. These are the prospects that are living with a problem and don't even realize they have it yet. Your goal in this stage is to spark recognition, make them go, "Oh wait, that's me." Most people in stage 1 are just living with a problem. You need to help them connect their daily frustrations to something that is solvable, instead of accepting it as normal. Here are some ad examples. The weird reason your toddler has meltdown. It's not terrible twos. Why successful people feel exhausted by 3 p.m. This bad habit can shorten your pet's life. Stage 2, problem aware. In this stage, people know something's wrong and they've named the issue. but they don't know how to solve it yet. Your goal is to validate their problem and introduce the possibility of a solution. Some ad examples. These strange new treats help your dog live longer. How to make your meta ads profitable with this unusual creative method. The French secret to eating anything and staying thin. Stage 3. Solution aware. In this stage, people know that solutions exist and may have tried some that failed, but they don't know why your product works when others don't. So, your goal is to focus on your unique mechanism, why your solution works when others have failed. You need to differentiate your approach, not just promise results. You need to address their skepticism from past failures. Lead with the mechanism and then prove it works. Some ad examples at this stage would be, this new meal replacement method from France lets you cheat every day and still lose weight. Why 90% of magnesium supplements don't help you sleep. Meet Spain's best culinary secret, Campo Grande, the Wagyu of pork. The next stage is stage 4, brand and product aware. In this stage, people know your product and maybe your brand. Maybe they've browsed your site and maybe even added something to cart. But something is stopping them from buying. Your goal is to remove final objections with social proofs, guarantees, and risk reversal mechanism. They know you, but they need one final push. Focus on trust building and objection handling. Use testimonials, case studies, and guarantees heavily. Here are some ad examples for stage 4. Stage 5, the most aware. They know your product and have probably tried it before. They're just waiting for the right time to pull the trigger. So, your goal is to create urgency, reward loyalty, or highlight what's new. They want your product and just need a simple trigger to act. Keep it simple. They don't need much convincing. They only need a reason to act now. Here are some ad examples. Do you see that stages 4 and 5 are basically copy and paste marketing? Just write a decent offer with some urgency and you'll convert most of your prospects. I don't need to teach you that. You could ask ChatGPT for 100 different stages 4 and 5 angles for your offer and get perfectly decent results. On the other hand, stages 1, 2, and 3, that's where real conversion engineers separate themselves from amateur marketers. If you master these 3 stages, you'll tap into mass market audiences that can scale your business from unknown startup to household national name. In the next section, I'm going to teach you a proven approach to build high-converting creatives for stages 1, 2, and 3. But before we do that, let's clear something up. What is a meta ad, really? Before we dive in deeper into creative strategy, let's clarify this extremely important point. What is a meta ad, really? Meta has many types of creative formats. However, 99% of ads that move the needle are either videos in 9:16 aspect ratio optimized for Reels or still images in 1:1 or 4:5 aspect ratios. You'll be using Advantage Plus placements 100% of the time. So that's it. These are all the formats you need to know as of August 2025, but always stay up to date on our Slack or at the website below. Here are the main elements in a meta ad. You have your primary text, which is your ad copy, your main creative, and your call to action button. We will use either shop now or learn more most of the times. Note, this applies for both video and image ads. Another key consideration, always optimize your 9:16 videos for Reels. When you optimize 9:16 videos for Reels, you optimize for every other placement. Regarding video length, in my experience, videos that are at least 30 seconds and up to 10 minutes long convert the best. My personal sweet spot being around 60 to 120 seconds, but this is always up for testing. So now that we got this important information out of the way, we can continue with our creative strategy lesson. So now you know that there are 5 stages of awareness in every market, that the real growth is in stages 1, 2, and 3, and that you only need 2 types of ads, videos and still images. Now, I'm going to teach you how to write high converting ads. Let's reintroduce the 4 conversion activators from Module 1. Step 1. Get the attention of the right prospect through irresistible curiosity. Step 2. Create desire through benefits that appeal to your prospect's deepest wants, needs, and problems. Step 3. Give facts to prove what you're saying is true. And lastly, Step 4. Make an irresistible offer that only a lunatic would refuse. Let's review exactly what each of the stages of awareness needs from your ad creative. Stage 1. Completely unaware. These prospects are living with a problem and don't even realize it yet. Your goal is to spark problem recognition. Stage 2. Problem aware. They know something's wrong and they've named the issue, but they don't know how to solve it yet. Your goal is to validate their problem and introduce the possibility of a solution. Stage 3. Solution aware. They know solutions exist and may have tried some but failed. They don't know why your product works when others don't. Your goal is to focus on the unique mechanism why your product and service works when others fail. Now, pause this slide and take a look at the ad angle examples before proceeding with the next slide. Did you notice the pattern in the ad angles? Stages 1, 2, and 3 all follow the same basic formula. Irresistible curiosity plus benefits, which are based on your prospect's innermost needs and desires. The only difference is in the ad angle and focus. Let's break down exactly how to execute this using the 4 conversion activators. Welcome to Conversion Activator 1, Attention. In this section, I will teach you how to write hooks that stop the scroll and are impossible to ignore. Your goal here is to interrupt, stop the scroll, and create irresistible curiosity. This first step, getting attention, is the most important part of your ad. Your ad must be extremely effective at interrupting your prospect from what they were doing, watching reels of cats, pranks, news, and AI videos on Facebook or Instagram. And you need to redirect that attention into your ad. On average, you have 3 seconds to do that. Here's a fact. Nobody goes on Facebook or Instagram to buy anything. So, your ad must be extremely effective at interrupting and hooking your prospects with something that they care about. So where does the hook appear? In a video ad, the hook is in the first 3 seconds of your ad. In an image, it's a caption overlaid in your photo, most of the times. Here's the ultimate hook formula. The best hooks get attention by combining curiosity with benefits, either direct or implied. So remember this formula. Attention equals curiosity plus benefits. An effective hook arouses burning curiosity through news and/or shock value and offers spectacular benefits to the consumer. A benefit can be both a gain or avoiding a loss. Your hook success will be directly proportional to the level of curiosity that you can arouse and how important the benefit is for your prospect. Here's how to insert curiosity into your hooks. Here's the list of words and phrases that excel at creating that curiosity feeling in your Meta and Instagram ads. You see this all the time because they work, so learn how to use them to your advantage. Some of these curiosity-inducing keywords have been used for more than a century of advertising, and some have gotten popular lately on mediums like Reels and TikTok. Here's a tip. The best way to keep up to date with curiosity-inducing words is consuming ads yourself and see what calls for your attention. It will most likely work for your product too. Here's how to insert benefits into your hook. The particular benefit you insert into your hook will depend on your own product and the problem it solves. My golden rule. Always try to find the most outrageous claim that you can make about your product or service and lead with that. It must be true, of course, but try to push the boundaries of what's believable. Your hook must lead with the most powerful benefit of your product or service. I'll explain how to find and list those benefits in Conversion Activator number 2. If you want to cut through the noise, your claim must be outrageous. Example, here's a weak hook. Helps you fall asleep. Here's a strong hook. Fall asleep in 3 minutes or less. The more specific and dramatic your benefit, the more attention it commands. Here's how benefits work by stage of awareness. In stage of awareness number 1, unaware, mention the problem and imply a benefit. In stage 2, problem aware, state the benefit directly. In stage 2, problem aware, state the benefit directly. In stage 3, solution aware. In stage 3, solution aware, imply or state that your new solution is better. In stage 3, solution aware, imply or state that your solution is better. Now, let's put the formula into practice with real examples for each awareness stage. Here's the formula again. Attention equals curiosity plus benefits. So let's build stage 1 hooks with our goal to spark recognition. Now, let's create a stage 1 hook for a brand of children's nutritional supplements. So step 1 is selecting our audience, parents. Step 2, add the curiosity element from our table. So I'm going to pick the weird reason. Step 3, imply a benefit. Has meltdowns. This implies that our solution will fix the problem. So our final hook, the weird reason your toddler has meltdowns. Now, let's do another example. Let's create a hook for an energy plus hydration product. First, we select our audience, successful people. 2, we add curiosity. Why do? This is an unexpected pattern. Step 3, imply a benefit. Crash at 3 p.m. So our potential solution will fix this problem. So our final hook, why do successful people crash at 3 p.m.? The answer might surprise you. Now let's do another example for a tax software. So step 1, select your audience. IRS. Every taxpayer knows what the IRS is. Step 2, add curiosity. How to get and owes you. What? Does the IRS owe me? How do I claim that? Is the reaction that we expect from most prospects. Step 3, imply a benefit. How to get and owes you implies financial gain. So our final hook. How to get what the IRS owes you. Now, let's take a look at building stage 2 hooks where we validate the problem and introduce a possible solution. So let's say we're advertising a dental health treat for dogs. Step 1, select your audience, dog owners, implied by your dog. Step 2, add curiosity. These strange new treats. Step 3, promise a benefit. Help your dog live longer. So final hook, these strange new treats help your dog live longer. So let's advertise a Meta ad course. First, we select our audience, Meta advertisers. Step 2, we add curiosity. We use the word, this unusual creative method. Step 3, promise a benefit. Make your Meta ads profitable. The final hook is how to make your Meta ads profitable with this unusual creative method. So now let's build hooks for stage 3, in which we have to focus on the unique mechanism. So let's say we're advertising a magnesium glycinate supplement. So the first step is to identify the failed solution. 90% of magnesium supplements. Step 2, add curiosity. Why don't they work? Step 3, imply a benefit. So our final hook is why 90% of magnesium supplements don't work. Let's do another stage 3 hook. Let's say we're advertising an ergonomic standing desk. So step 1, identify the failed solution, most standing desks. Step 2, add curiosity, which is a fatal flaw. Step 3, we imply a benefit. This creates a desire to learn more. So our final hook is the fatal flaw in most standing desks. Here's an important consideration. Test hooks for all stages of awareness. Don't assume that your audience fits one stage only. You might have a big pocket of prospects in stage 1, even if you have dozens of competitors. So never automatically assume that your audience will only respond to one particular stage of awareness. Your prospects are likely mixed, and you might be surprised at which stage converts the best. Create hooks for all 3 stages and test them. Stage 1 hooks might work better than expected if people didn't realize their problem was solvable. Stage 2 hooks might connect with people who are hoping that a solution to their problems exists. Stage 3 hooks might resonate if they tried competitors and failed. Always test, measure, and optimize. Let the data tell you which awareness stage your audience actually responds to best. So now that you're a master at conceptualizing and writing hooks that command attention, let me explain how you put these hooks into action with compelling visuals. Your written hook is only half the equation. You need to make it visually irresistible using the same curiosity principles. In stages 1, 2, and 3, it is crucial that your ads look organic. If you want to command attention, your ads should look like a normal post made by a human being on the platform, not a company advertising products and services. The what goes on here test. This applies to both video and image ads. Your visual should make viewers ask themselves, what is going on here? The goal is to create something that breaks the pattern of normal feed content and forces people to stop scrolling to process what they're seeing. I call these brain twisters. Here are some examples of brain twister visuals. But honestly, the best way to generate visuals that generate curiosity tailored to your specific product is to use this prompt. Go to page 36 of the ebook and copy it directly into Claude or ChatGPT. Here are some key principles for visual hooks. For video ads, the first 3 seconds are the most important part of your ads. Your opening shots must be immediately compelling. Build for sound off. Always include your hook as a text overlay since most people watch without sound. Use HDR, bright color, and high contrast for maximum visual impact. For still images, your hook in the form of a caption should occupy about 20% of the image area as a dominant headline. I will show you some examples of this in the next slides. Try to use unusual angles and weird perspectives that create more curiosity than standard shots. Now, let's put it all together and take a look at a practical example. This is an ad for a snack company targeted at healthy moms. The hook is, Dad creates snack company after finding out what was being marketed to his kids. This is a stage 1 hook designed for completely unaware prospects. Most parents don't realize that mainstream kid snacks are packed with harmful ingredients. They're living with the problem, but haven't connected the dots yet. The hook, Dad creates a snack company after finding out what was being marketed to his kids, makes parents think, oh wait, what's being marketed to my kids? Notice how this hook targets the audience, parents specifically, creates curiosity as people wonder what he found out, and implies an urgent problem that needs a solution. What am I feeding my kids? Now, I'll show you how I applied this hook to both a still image and a video ad. So here's how I applied this hook to a still image. It doesn't really look like an ad for a snack brand, right? I combined the hook as a dominant headline with an organic visual of a strong protective father, the company's founder, with his children. The image reinforces the story. An image of the father positioned protectively with his kids. Quite unusual for a snack brand, right? The headline takes up about 20% of the image area and immediately communicates the core message. And notice how it looks like a normal post that a normal human being would make on Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't look like an advertisement at all. For the video ad, I used the same hook with a completely different visual approach. The opening shot shows colorful snacks in a factory setting, which creates immediate visual curiosity. You're forced to stop and think, what goes on here? What's different about these snacks? Why so many? Why is this guy wearing underwear in his head? When you can make a prospect wonder all of that, you've gotten their attention. So now, we've reached the end of our first conversion activator, attention. Here's an action checklist to make sure that you're grabbing your audience's attention with your hook. See you in conversion activator number 2. Welcome to conversion activator number 2, benefits. In this section, I will teach you how to exploit consumer benefits to supercharge your ads' conversion power. When it comes to creative strategy, your job in the second conversion activator is to list all of your product features and transform them into a irresistible benefit that address your prospects' innermost needs and desires. You'll then use these to supercharge your ads' persuasive power. You'll focus on finding and exploiting 2 types of benefits. First, your primary benefit. This one will be featured in your hook and is typically the strongest, boldest claim that you can make about your product. This main benefit addresses the biggest problem, need, or desire that your problem can solve or fulfill. Your secondary benefits are the less impactful but still important claims that you'll use in your ad copy and video scripts. To develop your ad creatives, you want to find at least 6 powerful, irresistible benefits, 1 main benefit, and 5 secondary benefits. So how did we find these benefits? If you're a founder and created your own product or service, you can probably list all of its features very easily. Now, your job is to create a feature sheet with all of that information. So step 1 is to list all of your product features. Example, let's say that you're selling a brand new Tesla Model 3 in ultra red color. Your feature sheet would look something like this. 360 miles per charge, 0 emissions, accelerates from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Autopilot system, over-the-air software, glass roof, mobile app controls, and so on. You should list as many features as humanly possible. The second step is to transform these features into irresistible benefits. Remember this, every action is rooted in self-interest. especially when said action involves spending money. So, what do people really want? The core human desires that drive action can be summed up in 12 basic wants and needs. In the end, people want better health, more money, more time, beauty, admiration, self improvement, comfort and luxury, social validation, superiority, career advancement, enjoyment of food and beverage, and security. So, the second step is to transform your features into irresistible benefits based on the core human desires. Let's go back to the Tesla Model 3 in Ultra Red and transform each product feature into a benefit based on the core human desires. With 360 miles per charge, you'll save thousands on gas, more money, and you'll never worry about being stranded with no fuel, security. Thanks to zero emission, you can feel good about reducing your personal impact, self-improvement, and be seen as someone who cares about the planet, social validation, and also earn respect from your friends and family for your environmental consciousness, admiration. The car accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour, which is fast enough to escape dangerous situations instantly, security, while also letting you outperform most sports cars at half the price, superiority. The autopilot system helps you arrive refreshed instead of stressed, more time, and offers advanced safety to reduce accident risk, security. With over-the-air software updates, your car improves without costly dealer visits, more money, and gets cutting-edge features others don't have, superiority. The glass roof extends to offer a premium cabin experience, comfort and luxury, and your passengers will be impressed by the design, admiration. Use the mobile app to preheat or cool the car while getting ready, more time. And also know where your car is located, security. Thanks to the Tesla supercharger network, you'll enjoy the faster charging anywhere you travel, more time, and the reliability of charging anywhere, security. Now, do this with your own product and set the list aside, as you'll use it once it's time to build your ads inside the Ads Manager. Step 3. Become a marketing detective and spy your prospects to find their most impactful problems, needs, and desires. As you saw in Module 1, the innermost desires that make people buy will rarely come out in focus groups or any other type of public setting, but they do come out in online forums, social media comments, conversations, and Q&As, most of the times in anonymity. Here's an action checklist to help you build a data sheet filled with what your prospects are thinking. Google. Start by Googling keywords, phrases, and niche topics. Look for obscure communities, blogs, forums, etc. If you're selling accounting software, you might land on something like accountantforums.com. Spend hours digging through these sites to uncover real wants, needs, and desires. Niche-specific blogs and forums are gold mines of information, as people only post when they need help, so you get raw, unfiltered insight into the biggest pains and how they get resolved. Reddit. Because it's anonymous, people speak freely. Find your niche subreddit and look for common concerns, problems, and reviews. You'll see what people like, hate, and what actually adds value. You can also use Amazon Q&As, Amazon reviews, customer service tickets, YouTube comments, Quora, Facebook groups, TikTok and Instagram, and informal conversations. Your goal is to find common problems across all of these mediums. Same as in Module 1, you can use the Consumer Profiling Questionnaire to discover a lot about your prospect, or at least to point you in the right direction. Once you've gathered enough research ammo, that is, a solid list of common problems, needs, and desires from your prospects, it's time to connect that intel to your product features, and then you'll transform them into irresistible benefits based on the core human desires. Here's an example. Let's say we're advertising prenatal vitamins, and during our research phase, we've identified the following. Brain development and future intelligence is an extremely common concern among expecting mothers. During our research, we noticed several forum posts and online Q&As such as, will my baby be smart? What can I do to boost my baby's IQ? So, we need to connect this market desire with a product feature that can satisfy it. We know for a fact that the prenatal vitamins we're advertising contains 450 milligrams of choline per serving. The connection is, choline is scientifically proven to support fetal brain development and cognitive function. From there, we transform this feature into an irresistible benefit. Our prenatal vitamins give your baby a cognitive advantage before they're even born. In the next step, do the same for all of your product features and set aside for later. Remember, list as many irresistible benefits as humanly possible. You'll put them to work when building your creative scripts and your ad copy. So we've reached the end of our second conversion activator, benefits. Here's your action checklist. Study the core human desires and understand what drives people to buy. Conduct thorough research using the sources mentioned to discover what your prospects actually want. Create a sheet listing all of your product features and translate them into irresistible benefits. Identify your primary benefits and as many secondary benefits as possible. Go back to conversion activator number 1 and write more hooks using this information. Welcome to conversion activator number 3, facts. In this section, I will teach you how to use facts to persuade and destroy skepticism. In this third conversion activator, your job is to make your claims believable and prove that they're true. In the previous conversion activator, benefits, we identified the core human desires. These are the emotional triggers that ignite the possibility of a conversion. By appealing to emotion, we have satisfied the emotional right side of the brain. But a conversion is justified by both emotion and logic. One cannot work without the other. To close a conversion, we need to satisfy both the left and the right sides of the brain. Hear it from Gary Bencivenga, the greatest direct response copywriter who's alive today. Here's how to use facts to make your claims believable. To satisfy the left brain, the logical, rational process of the buying decision, we must prove that our product can indeed fulfill the promise we're making, and for that, we rely on factual evidence. How does the product work? Why does it work? And why is it better than the competition? Here's a list of facts that you can use to sustain your claims. Consult the following sources to get facts about your product to sustain your claim: user manuals, technical documents, customer service tickets, trade journals, patents, wireframes, blueprints. Get information from your manufacturer, website reviews, Reddit, your own website. The fact stage is all about putting on your researcher hat and gathering as much factual evidence as possible. Similarly, in addition to the consumer profiling questionnaire, I use this product questionnaire whenever I'm drafting a new creative strategy. You can complete it as a founder to get a fresh perspective on old ideas. What is the unique selling proposition? What's the story of the founder? How and why did he and she come up with this brand? What problem are you solving for your consumers? How does your product help your consumers? Why does your product fulfill needs better than the competition? Why would someone buy from you and not from them? What is the biggest claim you can make about your product? What is your key product differentiator? What are its best features? Where are the ingredients sourced? How is the product made? Any interesting awards, patents, press coverage, or celebrity endorsements? Who are the main competitors? Who is the clear market leader? After gathering facts, we'll return to our master list and connect all irresistible benefits with a proof element that validates it. Remember the Bencivenga quote: surround your claims with stronger, bolder proof and watch your response soar, and then rewrite your claim with added proof. We've reached the end of our third conversion activator, facts. Here's your action checklist. Gather all possible sources of information about your product. Study the material. Write down relevant facts and revise your master list with facts and irresistible benefits, and reinforce your benefits with proof elements. Next up is conversion activator number 4, making an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. As mentioned previously, your goal in the final conversion activator is to make an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. You'll use this offer in your video ad script and in your ad copy. Important, you must use the same offer that you developed for your landing page in your ads. Now, let's do a quick refresher. The first thing you should do when building out your offer is to think of who you're offering it to. You must make offers that make sense to your prospect based on their particular stage of awareness. Since you're focusing on cold traffic, that is, acquiring new customers, your prospects will be in any of the first 3 stages of awareness. So here's how to make offers that convert cold traffic. Remember this: your cold traffic offer is the most important offer your business will make. It is the source of all future customers and is going to determine your cost of acquisition, which will determine how fast you can scale your business and how profitable and how big it can be. In the words of Claude Hopkins, the cold traffic offer should be so good that only a lunatic would refuse to buy. Offers like this have the following characteristics. They feature frictionless pricing. Your cold traffic offer should have an attractively low price. But how low? As low as your margins and business model allows. People have a natural resistance to spending money. So, you want to offer the lowest possible price in order to convert a stranger into a paying customer. At this stage, your goal is not to make a profit. You should be looking to break even at most. You can optimize your first-time revenue through upselling, but always lead with the price of least resistance. By the way, if you're selling high-ticket items and cannot hook prospects with a low-priced offer, ignore this and rely on value instead, which we'll see in the next slide. Here's the word of caution against free samples for those in CPG and consumables. Never offer free samples when you sell consumable products through paid advertising. Here's why. Once the Facebook algorithm learns that it can get you the lowest CPA by displaying your ad to people who are likely to convert when the price is zero, it will just go downhill from there. You will get lower CPAs, but you'll find out that your newly acquired customers were only interested in free stuff. Not your brand, not your product, not even your category. Converting them to full-price buyers later on will be almost impossible. If you're in software or services, a free 30-day trial, booklet, guide, PDF report, or short consultation is usually the best hook and won't necessarily diminish your lead quality. A good offer is risk-free through powerful guarantees. A guarantee that converts has the following characteristics. First, they're unconditional. If the customer doesn't like the product or service for any reason, they're entitled to a full refund. Don't worry about increasing refund rates. Believe it or not, people are generally honest and refunds are not that frequent. Less than 5% in my experience. If your refund rate is more than 5%, you might have a product problem. Second, they offer 100% of the money back. If you make your customers pay for return shipping, it's not really a 100% money back guarantee, so don't do this. Third, they have a long or no time limit. Listen to this. Customers often decide if they will ask for a refund the moment they place their orders. So, a 10-day or 30-day money-back guarantee is very likely to actually increase your refund rates. Trust me, those customers who've already decided that they want a refund will mark it on their calendars. Make your guarantees valid for 6 months, 1 year, even more, and watch your refund rates go down. And lastly, you must spell out your guarantees. Don't say 100% satisfaction guaranteed. That doesn't mean anything. Spell out your guarantee. For example, if you don't like the taste of our product, simply email us at refunds@brand.com and we'll process your refund immediately. Good offers add tremendous value to the consumer and they make sense for the business financially speaking. Let me explain this with an example. Amazon Prime. You were probably offered Amazon Prime while checking out on Amazon.com. They hooked you with the get your items sooner by signing up for a free trial. This alone provides tremendous value because obviously people want their items faster. It makes sense for Amazon financially because once the customer experiences Amazon Prime and it's blazing fast shipping plus all the extra values such as Prime videos, movies, TV shows, music, etc., they will be very unlikely to cancel their membership and keep ordering from Amazon. Example 2. Let's say you're a CPG company selling protein bars, and your line has 8 different flavors. A typical low-value offer would be selling a box of 12 bars for $29.99 to first-time customers. That offer is extremely easy to ignore because 20% off means nothing to a consumer who hasn't tried your bars yet. They don't even know which flavors they will like, and the price is not totally frictionless for a first-time purchase. This offer is not a no-brainer. A strong no-brainer offer would be bundling the 8 bars and selling them for $9.99 or $14.99 or $19.99. It depends on what works for your business. This second offer makes sense for the first-time consumer because he or she will try a new protein bar that's promising to address a core desire, such as losing weight quickly. See Chapter 2 again. He or she will get to try all of the flavors, which is an exciting experience in itself. People love trying new things when they're useful to them. This second, stronger offer also makes sense for your business because your newly converted customer will be much more likely to place a fully priced order of the flavors they like the most, having tried all of them. Good offers are no-brainers. The combination of value provided, frictionless pricing, and the risk-free elements make a good offer a no-brainer. When you come up with your offer, ask yourself, would I stop what I'm doing right now to get this thing I'm being offered? Or would I personally pass up on my own offer? Be very honest with your answer because your prospects are very likely to do the same. Here are some additional offer reinforcements. Offer payment plans, 5 installments of $99 instead of $500. Make them easy to act upon. Use one-click direct checkout links. Remove customization. Don't require credit card details for SaaS trials, etc. Guide the user by the hand. Tell them to click on Buy Now, select the bundle, and click on Place Order. Or enter your email below and click on Sign Up. You get the idea. Leave no guessing in the conversion process. Use scarcity, but only if it's true. The scarcity tactic has been so abused that people can smell BS. Only use the scarcity tactic if the offer is limited for real. Use limited time premiums. Say, for example, order today by 11:59 p.m. and get a freebie with your order. Your free item must also add value and be consistent with your offer. So now that you understand the psychology of your offer, here's a simple formula. Whether you're selling software services or physical products, every converting offer should follow this structure. Offer equals what the prospect is getting for how much, plus your no-brainer guarantee. Here are some examples across various industries. In SaaS, a tax software, here's an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. Get up to $5,000 back from the IRS with our 30-day free, no-obligation trial. No credit card required. Services, here's a conversion rate optimization agency. Here's an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. Double your conversion rate with this $9.99 website audit and actionable report. If you're not satisfied with your increase in conversion rate after implementation, we'll return your money back in full. For an e-commerce protein bar brand, here's an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. Buy 2 boxes and get 1 free of our ultra-high protein, ultra-low carb bars. If you don't agree that they're the best bars you've ever had, you get your money back. Local services, dentist. Here's an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. New patients get a complete exam, x-ray, and cleaning for just $99. If you're not thrilled with your experience, we'll refund your $99 and pay for your next cleaning at any dentist you choose. Important. Here's a word of caution against free offers. For physical products and consumables, never offer completely free products. Why? Because once Meta learns that it can get you the lowest CAC by targeting people who convert for free, your customer quality will plummet. You will get a lower CAC and tons of volume, that's for sure, but you will be acquiring bargain hunters and freebie seekers with zero intention of becoming full-price customers later on. If you're a physical product brand, you want to acquire customers with a first-time AOV of at least $50. This is the sweet spot in my experience. But always shoot as high as you can. If you can get away with an AOV of 99 for first-time buyers, by all means do that. Don't set 50 as an artificial limit, but never charge less than that. And what about physical services, dentists, plumbing, auto repairs, appliances, etc.? The same principles apply. You must charge diagnostic fees to cover real costs and avoid attracting bargain hunters. Your potential high-quality customers will understand. How much should you charge then? No less than 99, and the upper limit will depend on your industry. But this is not a hard ceiling. Test as many price points as possible. In the case of SaaS, apps, and knowledge-based services, however, you will have a very hard time acquiring customers without an initial free offer, either a free trial or a free version with locked features or a consultation. When it comes to SaaS and apps, free is the industry standard, and this is okay because the marginal cost of these products and services is near zero. So now we've reached the end of our last conversion activators, the offer. Here's an action checklist. Is your offer consistent with the stage of traffic you're converting? Does your offer feature frictionless pricing? Does it offer tremendous value? Is it risk-free? Is it a no-brainer? Would you stop what you're doing right now to get this offer? Are you using the offer reinforcement? Structure your offer using the following formula. What they get plus price plus irresistible guarantee, all in one compelling statement. For physical products, is your AOV at least 50 to ensure quality customer acquisition? Congratulations on making it this far. Creative strategy isn't easy, but luckily you're done with the basics. At this point, you should have a pretty good grasp on the principles that make ad creatives effective. Now, I'll show you how to put everything together so you can finally build your creatives and start advertising on Meta. If you've followed every step in the 4 conversions activators, you should have a powerful scroll-stopping hook that commands attention, a master list of irresistible benefits proven with facts, and an offer that only a lunatic would refuse. Remember that there are only 2 types of creative formats that truly matter, and they are videos and still images. So you should only learn to write 2 types of creative briefs. Okay, so let's start with the easiest one, high converting still image briefs. Still images can scale, and at the same time, they're the fastest way to test your hooks. The formula is simple. A compelling visual plus a scroll-stopping hook overlay equals a profitable ad. Your visual must create the what goes on here moment that forces people to stop scrolling. Whether it's an unusual angle, an unexpected pattern, or an interruption, your image should amplify your hook's curiosity factor. Think of YouTube thumbnails or Instagram posts that grab your attention. They're often bright, saturated, and the text overlay is irresistible. Here are some examples of high-converting still image ads that follow this principle. Notice how each image creates immediate visual curiosity that supports the written hook. The text overlay is dominant but doesn't overwhelm the visual story. Your action step is take your strongest hooks from your first conversion activator and pair them with visuals that enhance the curiosity factor. Let's take a look at some examples of pairing a hook with visuals. Key insight: your visual should make viewers think, I need to read this text right now to understand the image that I'm seeing. When image and hook work together to create curiosity, you get the scroll-stopping power your ad needs. Here's an example of a still image brief. Now, create briefs like this one for your strongest hooks and test them systematically. Okay, so let's tackle a more complex challenge, writing scripts for video ads. This is a little bit more complicated, but it's still quite easy if you followed all the steps in this course. Here's my master formula for video scripts. Scene 1, hook. Scene 2, introduce the problem. Scene 3, introduce the solution. Scene 4, pre-closer. And Scene 5, closer. You can script video ads of any length using this formula. My personal sweet spot is anywhere from 30 seconds up to 4 minutes, but your optimal video length varies by product and target audience. The best way to write video ad scripts is to tell your creators what you're thinking about visually and what he or she should say. Here's an expanded version of the master formula. In Scene 1, the hook, those first 3 to 5 seconds are the most important part of your ad. Your ad should open with a mix of curiosity and benefits. On screen, show your strongest visual hook, that what goes on here moment that makes people stop scrolling. Make sure the main subject, whether it's a product or a person, is in front and center. Use unexpected angles or actions to grab attention, and always make sure the visual reinforces the hook you're delivering. In Scene 2, you must demonstrate the problem that your audience faces clearly. Back it up with emotional appeal. Illustrate the frustration of their current situation and or the flaws in existing solutions. Show your prospects that they're not alone in this. Use close-ups to make the pain point feel real and highlight the severity of the problem. Show failed attempts so the audience feels the need for something better. In Scene 3, reveal your product as the solution. Highlight the key irresistible benefits and unique features. Show the product up close and in detail, the packaging, the product itself, and show the product in action from multiple angles to keep things engaging. Keep visuals dynamic to maintain viewer attention. Scene 4, pre-closer. Here, you'll give a quick recap of the value that your prospects are getting by buying your product. This value must be tied to the core human desire that you're fulfilling. Make it emotional. This is where you get them thinking, this is exactly what I need. Show people enjoying the product, feature happy customers and positive results to build emotional connection and anticipation before the final pitch. Scene 5, closer. This is where we drop our irresistible offer and tell prospects exactly what they need to do next. Here, we add urgency and make the next steps crystal clear. Lay out offer details such as pricing, bonuses, or guarantees. End with a clear and confident call to action, like click learn more or shop now below. Here are the technical specs for video ads. Here's a real-life example from King Glue Pets, a brand of single-ingredient treats that helps dogs live longer. This is the exact brief that I provided to our content creators. And that's it. The creative strategy lesson is officially over. Keep in mind that creative strategy is one of those things that you never stop learning. But you'll be ahead of 99% of the competition if you study and apply the principles I taught you correctly. The common approach is throwing things at a wall until one of these things stick. But now you have a replicable formula based on the timeless principles of persuasion and direct response marketing. Remember, your creatives will generate 90% of your results, but the remaining 10% can make or break your strategy. So, in the next section, I will teach you how to run ads and tinker with the meta system, which is equally as important. Even perfect creatives will fail if you don't know how to navigate Meta's advertising system properly. Your hook, benefits, facts, and offer can be flawless, but the wrong campaign structure, targeting, or optimization approach will kill your results before they start. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up, launch, and scale your campaigns like a top 1% Meta advertisers. So, see you in the next section.